I'm so excited about today's video because I'm gonna do a first impressions on all products that I received in PR. Normally, I don't get enough PR to do a dedicated video about it, but I feel like brands are kind of picking up the pace on launches ahead of the holidays. I was also out of town for 2 weeks, so I was able to collect a bunch of stuff. Spoiler alert, several products made Holy Grail status, so I'm really excited about this. My relationship with PR is really interesting. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm even harsher on products I receive in PR because I don't want anyone to think that I'm just giving a positive review because I got a product for free. And a lot of times the products I receive in PR aren't necessarily products that I would have ever purchased with my own money. But the cool thing about it is it really pushes me outside my comfort zone. So let's find out what products make the cut and what products I'm gonna pass to my friends. Today's sponsor is Neiman Marcus, to let you know that they're having a promo from October 17th until October 21st. If you use the code SAVENOW on their website, you get $50 off of $200, $100 off of $400, or $275 off of $1,000. Meaning if you have $200 of products in your cart and you use their code SAVENOW, you automatically get $50 off. So it's a pretty sweet deal. And that works for all regularly priced products on NeimanMarcus.com, including beauty and fragrance. So Neiman Marcus was kind enough to give me a gift card so I could browse the website, review a couple things, and I'm gonna start with those first. And I'm gonna start with my favorite product from this whole video, which is this Surat eyeshadow in the shade Cuivre. I think that's how you pronounce it if you're French, Cuivre. That's the best that my high school French will allow me to do, but it is an absolutely beautiful, sparkly bronze. Texture-wise, this reminds me a lot of the Chantecaille luminescent eye shades, or something like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, in that it's a metallic shadow with some like flecks of glitter dispersed throughout. I love any kind of eyeshadow like that. It's always my favorite texture. It's always my favorite to wear on a daily basis because it looks like you're wearing 2 eyeshadows in one. This is $22 and I've never tried anything from Surat before, but as I'm looking at the website, there's so many other colors I want to try, like the shade Ma Pêche looks really beautiful. It's just a beautiful texture. It's very soft. I never get fallout with this. I especially like to use it just with a finger and I tap it on the lids. When I filmed the application footage of this eyeshadow, which was the first impression, I went outside and John immediately complimented my makeup. He thought my eye makeup looked really beautiful and made my eyes pop. I feel so satisfied that I've trained him to notice my makeup, but that was just, you know, extra validation that this is an absolutely beautiful eyeshadow, total Holy Grail status. A bronzer that you all inspired me to get was the Tom Ford Soleil Glow bronzer. This is in the mini size and it is $70 in the shade Terra. Obviously Tom Ford is gonna be pricey, which is why I've never purchased it with my own money despite so many people on my channel recommending it to me. I now get it. I totally understand why you were all telling me it's worth the price. This is the bronzer I've been looking for a while because it's just not orange. Obviously it's pricey, but I like that it's a mini size because it's so much easier to travel with. I don't like any bulky products in my drawers. And Terra is just the perfect shade for my skin because it's just a little bit warm. I'm wearing it all over my face today, especially on the perimeters of my face, on my forehead, cheeks, and my jawline. And it kind of bronzes and sculpts at the same time. There's a little bit of a cool toned quality to it. So you can see it sculpts a little bit, but on my forehead you can see it also warms up the skin. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 for me, and for that I love it. Texture wise, it's not super chalky or powdery. It's not super duper pigmented so that right out of the gate you're like, oh no, it's patchy and I'm blending and blending. It's just a perfect product. I'd probably have to say that the Tom Ford bronzer is my 3rd favorite item in this video. My 2nd favorite Holy Grail in this entire video is this Laura Mercier blush in Fresco. This is $34 and it's been around for ages. I was gonna pick this up when I was watching a video from TT Sandra on YouTube. I'm sure you all know her. If you don't, check out her channel because she just has the most chic, relaxing, beautiful content, and her recommendations are so incredibly thoughtful. She has been recommending Fresco for years, I think, and I wish I had trusted her and purchased this sooner. It's just that when I looked up pictures of this online, I saw that there was so much glitter in the pan and I was like, ugh, I don't want that anywhere near my face. But I should have just trusted Sandra. For some reason, you can't see the glitter on the face. I'm wearing it on my cheeks right now. It's almost like a tiny bit highlightery, maybe that's not the right term, not highlightery. It's just, it adds a little bit of a sheen. Even though they're like huge glitter chunks in here, it does not translate like that on the skin. It is a no makeup blush. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. It's just a little bit beigey, a little bit rose. In fact, for those of you who wanted to pick up Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush in Blurred Buff, that's one of my holy grail blushes, and unfortunately it looks like those blushes are being discontinued. I actually prefer this. This gives me what Blurred Buff gives me, but in a color that's even more skin-like for me. Blurred Buff is a little bit warmer, so if you have warmer undertones, maybe that one will be better for you. This one is just like my skin, but a little bit flushed. It's absolutely perfect. Honestly, this is gonna be my new #1 blush. I love it. I couldn't help myself on Neiman Marcus. I had to pick up some more single eyeshadows, so I purchased the Bobbi Brown Luxe Eyeshadow Rich Luster in the shade Melting Point. This is such a me shade. It's perfect if I just wanna slap something on as a one and done, add a little bit of shine. It's just like the Surratt eyeshadow and some of the others I mentioned in that it's like a metallic finish with some glitter dispersed in the formula as well, so it looks like you put more effort into it than you really did. It provides a really beautiful high shine metallic finish. You can make it really sheer and then it's just like a soft wash of a glittery peach, or you can build it up and it's really metallic. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this experience purchasing these products through Neiman Marcus really made me realize that I think I spend a little bit too much time looking for new launches on Sephora when I really should be branching out to other retailers like Neiman Marcus, because Sephora carries Bobbi Brown, but they don't carry this eyeshadow. I never would have found this unless I had been browsing the Neiman Marcus website. I know Kate the Great had talked about this eyeshadow on her channel as well. I wish I had purchased it when I first heard her recommendation. It's so beautiful. And I couldn't help myself. I picked up another shade in this formula, which is, let me open it. Okay, I purchased Heat Ray, which is kind of like a warm, coppery gold. When I was looking at the Neiman Marcus website, I actually realized I don't have a color like this in a single eyeshadow form. Usually when I wanna reach for a shade like this, I have to go to an eyeshadow palette, so I'm really happy to have this in my collection. I just find that to get the finish and the opacity of Melting Point, I have to build this up about 3 times, whereas Melting Point is like, if I really rub my finger in it, 1 swipe and I'm good to go. So that's just something to note, but it's so beautiful if you're looking for something that's more of like an orangey copper. The last product I purchased with my Neiman Marcus gift card is a little bit of a wild card. I actually bought a candle and I went for like a spring and summer scent because the description of this just completely hooked me. It's something I've been looking for a really long time. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's from a brand called Mise en Sur? I'm not sure. But this is their Menthe Aloe candle, which is like mint water, I think. A thirst-quenching glass of iced water with mint. The crushed leaf adds an aromatic sweetness to one of life's most essential and eternal elements. I have been looking for a true fresh mint candle and a true fresh mint perfume for years actually, and I have yet to find either until now. Unfortunately, this did melt in transit, but I'm pretty sure if I just heat it up again, I can probably get it to level out, so I'm not too concerned. I haven't burned this yet, so I'll leave a pinned comment in the comment section below if for some reason there's like anything weird about the burn. Everything I've been looking for, it smells exactly like the description, which is just an ice cold glass of mint water. How refreshing is that? It's a little subtle, so if you're looking for a candle that's gonna like knock you in the face, this is not the one. This is a luxury brand, so it's an 8-ounce candle for about $75, definitely a higher price point. I absolutely justify the price of that because it is spot on what I've envisioned as this kind of refreshing mint scent that I haven't been able to find anywhere else. I'm so thrilled with this. So that was everything I chose with the gift card from Neiman Marcus. And the fact that all of those products became favorites, like there is not a single fail there, that says to me that I really need to get out of my Sephora bubble. And I'm sure it's helpful for you. Neiman Marcus is available internationally. So I feel like this sponsorship not only was just obviously great because it's a sponsorship, but it really actually helped me to shift my perspective and realize that I could be using a lot more retailers than I do. Moving along to the rest of the PR, I received the new Cosmetics Serum Blushes, and I opened these 2 shades, Autumn Sky and Forbidden Fruit, which are 2 new shades to the line. Forbidden Fruit is by far my favorite color from the entire line of serum blushes. It is like the perfect brownie berry of my dreams. It's not too purple, it's not too dark, it's not too brown. It's just that wonderful, really thoughtful mix of color that I love. And their other new shade is Autumn Sky, which is this burnt brownie terracotta. I feel like a lot of people are really gonna love Autumn Sky, although I definitely prefer Forbidden Fruit. I find that orange blushes don't tend to look great on me. Now, M Cosmetics has made apparently a lot of changes to these serum blushes. The first thing to note, the packaging has been updated. It's supposed to be a lot easier to use. I still had a little bit of trouble with Autumn Sky getting it to pump product out. I still just don't like this dropper formula. I much prefer something like the Say Dew blushes. They come in a doe foot applicator, so you can just dot it on your cheeks and you're good to go. I think that is a much better application for a serum formula, but I don't really mind it. I'm still able to make it work. I just like to put a drop on the back of my hand, spread it out, tap a blush in, blend it on my face. But I'm really just basing that off of the shade that I tried previously, which was Rose Milk, which was like way too sheer. They did say that they increased the pigment on Rose Milk. So if you had that issue, maybe Rose Milk will work for you now. They've also included Evening Primrose Oil and ceramides. So I really do appreciate not only that they've launched darker colors and more pigmented colors and listened to consumer feedback, but they also listened to the feedback about, you know, the dropper being a little bit annoying, and they've seemingly added more skincare benefits to it. That being said, it's still not my favorite blush. I find that these lift up foundation a little bit on my cheeks, as do any kind of serum or super liquidy formula. I can be totally objective in saying that I think this is a really good formula, but I don't think I'm the right consumer for it. You know me, I prefer powder blush. I prefer creamed powder blushes. I like the ease of application and I like the longevity of that. However, these do look so beautiful when they're on the skin. It's the kind of blush that I'll wear on like no makeup days where I don't have like a big base on. I'm not gonna be under these, you know, bright lights where my skin is looking super wet. But these are the kind of thing that I would totally wear if I just wanna slap on a little bit of concealer, brow pencil, dot these on my cheeks, good to go. Salt and Stone actually sent me quite a large PR package. I just haven't gotten around to trying any of those products yet. But what I did try and fell in love with is their natural deodorant in bergamot and eucalyptus. Ooh, this one smells really good. Oh, it's so good. Unlike the Necessaire deodorant gel in eucalyptus that's like super herbal, this one is just fresh. I love bergamot and body products, it's so good. And then combined with that little hint of like the herbal freshness of eucalyptus, it's so nice. In fact, I need to put some on right now. This isn't an antiperspirant, so it's not gonna like prevent you from sweating. And it's also not the kind of formula that's really going to like kill bacteria or anything like the Necessaire deodorant gel. What's great is that it has hyaluronic acid. It's safe for sensitive skin. My underarms are like super sensitive. I can't use any deodorants with baking soda, and this was formulated for people who have issues with that. So it's basically just like really nourishing and moisturizing, and then helps to neutralize odor a little bit. So I wear this on days where I'm not gonna be like sweating a lot. I'm not gonna be super stressed. The only con I have about this is it's $20, which is pretty expensive for deodorant. That's really more than I would wanna spend on a deodorant. Like my max is spending $15 on the Necessaire deodorant gel. I honestly love that formula. I just wish it came in more scents. What I've been doing lately actually is using the fragrance-free Necessaire deodorant gel, which has AHAs, so it helps to kill bacteria, which helps to prevent odor from forming. And then I put this on top to kind of soothe my underarms and give me that fresh, wonderful scent that I like. Is that cost effective for normal consumers? No, absolutely not. But I've just been really enjoying that combination. A product I wanted to love but just did not work out for me is the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I was so excited about it because it's safe for sensitive eyes, which I have. It's not a tubing formula, but it does wash off with just warm water, which is fantastic. It's also vegan and it has panthenol, which is vitamin B5, and it also has castor oil to help condition and nourish the lashes. I really wanted to love this. I saw so many photos of everyone with like crazy long lashes wearing this mascara. And for me, as you'll see in the application footage, it just was just kind of like, it didn't hold a curl super well, didn't give me a ton of volume, didn't give me a ton of length, but it's not a bad mascara. Like it didn't smudge or transfer. I only noticed a couple little flakes, so it was not a big deal. It's just that when I have mascaras like the Thrive or the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational mascara that's tubing, those perform perfectly on me, and so I'm just never gonna reach for something like this. However, mascara is one of the most subjective products you can try. What works for me is probably not gonna work for you, and vice versa. Mascaras are like so dependent on each individual person's experience, so don't let my lackluster experience with this product deter you from purchasing it, because all of my friends said that they thought this was like one of the best products they've ever tried. I have another very surprising holy grail product, which I never would have tried again if it weren't for TT Sandra on YouTube. This is the EXA, what is it? Splash Zone Oil-Free Hydrating Primer. EXA sent me this primer in PR, and they also sent one that came in like an orange bottle, but it didn't really seem like it would fit my skin. I wasn't interested in this because it said it was just like a hydrating primer, and I already get hydration from my skincare and my sunscreen, so I didn't really see why it would be worth it for me to then add more hydration. You know, anytime it comes to a primer, I just feel like the more layers you put on your skin, the more chance you have of products not interacting very well, of pilling, things like that. So I tend not to wear primers. I was watching one of Sandra's videos and she mentioned this primer and she said that it was mattifying, and I was like, what? Nowhere on this bottle does this say that this is a mattifying primer, but it 100% is. And now that I've tried a mattifying primer, I'm like, oh, there's a whole new world out there. So let me read you the website description so you can hear why this is so cool. So first of all, it's $34, fragrance essential oil free. And they say Splash Zone goes beyond primer. It can be used as a serum and applied before or instead of Jumpstart Primer, which is their different primer. It can also be mixed with foundation to create a lightweight complexion tint, or it can double as a setting powder, so lay it on top of makeup to mattify shine without drying out your skin. So I wanted to wait until my T-zone started getting oily on camera, so now we can try to use this primer as a setting powder, as they say, and see how it works on top of makeup. If this is a thing and it like mattifies shine without me having to add powder and get that cakey look, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna throw my computer against the wall because that seems like something I've been looking for ages. Woo! You see that? I also have highlighter on, so I can't like mattify some of the shine because a lot of it is from my highlighter, but let's just, oh my God, this is amazing. Is it doing anything weird texture-wise? Huh, no, it's not. Oh my God, I don't need to add like setting powder. Well shit, I guess I gotta keep my word. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna break my computer, but this is a really, really cool product. It does feel hydrating. It's so thin, soft, sets down to like nothing, just the loveliest soft matte finish. This is like a top 5 product launch for me. This is a game changer. I guess the moral of the story here is that everybody should watch TT Sandra on YouTube. Next up, we have the Peach and Lily Peptide Pro Firming Moisturizer. So the website says that this has 12 signal and carrier peptides paired with 4 amino acids, which help to firm the skin. And those are the building blocks of collagen and elastin to help boost firmness and smooth fine lines and wrinkles. They also said that their ingredient phytosterol was included in a clinical study against petroleum jelly in a skin competition in the slugging method. And phytosterol actually won the race for being lightweight on the skin and effective. They created this purposefully with a thinner, lightweight texture because the breakdown of collagen starts in your 20s. And so they wanted to challenge the idea of a well-aging type of product that are usually really, really thick and really rich and for mature skin. So they said they wanted to create a really lightweight but effective product that would be helpful at all ages. Unfortunately for me, I do need a thicker cream. You know, my skin is just pretty dehydrated. It needs something really occlusive. I found that when I was using this, my skin started feeling a little bit tight, and so I would have to go back in and add a more occlusive layer on top. But another thing that caused a little bit of concern for me is it's quite fragrant. It doesn't have any artificial fragrance. It doesn't have any added natural fragrance. They said that it's just from the ingredients, but it contains bergamot oil, and bergamot oil I definitely have experienced some irritation with, and so even though it's like the last ingredient on the label, I just don't want to risk the irritation. I have a lot of other products with peptides that have a lot of barrier repair ingredients, so this was so close to being such a winner for me just because the ingredients are so freaking fantastic. But it's lightweight, and I'm a little worried it would start irritating my skin. So I'm gonna pass this to my friend Claire, who really wants to try it. Fit Glow just launched a multi-use ceramide cream lip and cheek palette with some stunning shades. This is not a product I ever would have purchased with my own money because I'm not a face palette person. It's also the kind of texture that's very balmy, which pretty much everyone seems to love except for me. This exceeded my expectations though. Normally when I see a lip and cheek palette, I feel like it doesn't actually work for both lips and cheeks. A lot of times the cheek colors will end up looking really white and chalky on the lips, or they'll feel really dry. You know, it's just, I feel like it's really hard to do a lip and a cheek product in one, but this is actually really good if you do want a palette that has a bunch of different colors you can kind of mix and match, use on the cheeks and the lips. It's really good for that. And I actually prefer this palette on the lips. There's something about this formula that provides the most beautiful blurred lip quality. Like it gives you that look of the Glossier Generation G lipsticks or like the new Freck ones, you know, just that kind of like creamy but powdery kind of formula, even though it doesn't feel like that. Like when I touch it, it feels like, I don't know, just like a typical balm, but it looks so beautifully blurring on the lips. My Laura Mercier blush in Fresco faded, so I'm just gonna take this rose brown shade and just tap a little bit on. If you're the kind of person who loves to use products with your fingers, I think this is really great because I do find that any kind of stickier, more transparent balm formula really works best with fingers. And I think that just gave me such a beautiful glow to the skin. I prefer powders, you guys all know that. Balmier formulas just aren't what I reach for, but I think Fit Glow nailed these shades, especially these two on the bottom are like super duper pigmented. These two on the top are a little bit less pigmented, so it's nice that it seems like it might work across a range of skin tones. It's $48, and I talked to the founder and she said instead of launching individual blushes, she wanted to launch all of their upcoming products in the same pan size, which reduces the amount of waste that they have to create as a brand if everything's the same size. So all of their pressed powders in the eyeshadows, the blushes, and now the lip and cheeks are all exactly the same size. Also because you can take these out and mix and match with any of the other powders in their collection. It's fully recyclable, as most Fit Glow products are. They don't tend to advertise that on their website, but they are deeply committed to sustainability, so I really appreciate that. And for my Fit Glow discount code and affiliate link, you can check the description box below. Next up, Saie sent me their Glowy Super Gel. They gave me the shade Star Glow and their new shade Warm Glow. These are in the little mini sizes for $15. I've never been interested in this product just because I tend to prefer something more mattifying as a primer. I tried this and I was actually really impressed. It's like the In Beauty Face Glaze, but a gel version instead of a cream. So it kind of just depends what texture you want. They're totally like the same product, at least in terms of the finish and the way it looks on the skin. The In Beauty Face Glaze has moisturizing ingredients, it's a cream, it has like ceramides, it has hydrating ingredients, so it's more like skincare mixed with a glowy primer. This is just like a glowy primer that's sheer enough. It doesn't like add like a Tin Man finish like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It's just that I would probably reach for the In Beauty over this one because I'm just so hooked on the texture of the In Beauty. But this is fantastic if you like more of a gel texture that really like sets down. And I really like the new shade Warm Glow. It's definitely more of like, you know, a light kind of gold shade, whereas Star Glow is more of a champagne. I received a PR package from a brand called Buble. I keep seeing this brand pop up collaborating with like huge influencers and celebrities. And I had always been interested in this lip contour wand that they made with the Victoria's Secret model Elsa Hosk. Let me tell you, this shit works 100%. It's intended to just look like a soft shadow, a soft contour around the edges of your lips. So rather than a sharp, harsh lip liner. It's just mimicking the effect of a shadow. The shade Light Medium, they also have a darker shade, and it just kind of sets down to a really beautiful, soft, I don't know, soft matte, soft velvet finish. Feels like nothing on the skin. I'm gonna insert the picture here of Elsa Hosk's before and after pictures of this product. This is what sold me on the lip contour wand. I was actually gonna purchase this product the last time that they dropped it, because they do like limited launches, and it had sold out and I couldn't get my hands on it. And now they have the second drop and they reached out and sent it to me. So it worked out really well. You can really see in those pictures of Elsa Hosk just how effective it is. So this is awesome. Elsa Hosk also created a cushion blush with them. And so you open the container, you have your little puff on top, and then you have your cushion blush in the bottom. This is the shade Cherry Blossom. It's an absolutely beautiful, cool toned pink. It looks stunning on the cheeks. I applied a lot of it in the application footage. I wasn't expecting it to be as pigmented as it was. I thought because it was such a light shade that it would barely show up, but it actually just looks beautiful, and I only needed a little bit. I really like the application of a cushion blush. I didn't think I would like a powder puff, but it really blended everything so beautifully. There's a little bit of a pearl to it as well, which I adore in any kind of blush. And they have the shade Golden Hour, which is more of like a soft peach. And this one's $42. These prices of Buble, I think, are a little bit more expensive than what I was expecting. I can't say that I would have purchased this with my own money. $42 for a blush is like Fit Glow prices, or more getting up to luxury prices. So definitely expensive, but I'm very impressed with the formulas. They also sent me their lip plumping oil in the shade Rose Petal, and all it says is that it's a collab with Ellie. Nowhere on the website does it say what her last name is, but I think she's an influencer. I'm not the best consumer for this. I don't like lip oils because I like a thicker, more occlusive product. And I don't like plumping products because they generally irritate my lips and dry them out. And so that's my experience with this. You know, it's very thin and slippery. When you wear it, you can feel it like getting into your mouth, and like I could feel the sort of menthol in my throat, which I really don't like. I will say it looked beautiful on the lips. It had a gorgeous amount of shine. It definitely irritated my lips a little bit, but it's not as intense as like the Too Faced, you know, extreme lip injection gloss or the Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat. Where this really threw me off was the scent. It's like fruity floral. Yeah, flowers and fruit. Unfortunately, I hate anything floral scented. Perfume, lip products, I'm not a floral girl, but if you like a fruity floral scent and you love a little bit of a tingling sensation and a lighter weight lip oil, then this product would probably be great for you. Oh, and it is $23. A lip product from Buble that I'm in love with is this Diamond Cherry Bombshell. They say it's a hydrating lip balm with a buildable sheer tint and shimmery finish. It's basically supposed to be a dupe for, I believe it was a Tom Ford lipstick that was like super shimmery. Oh, look at the footage of this. How beautiful is it? I was expecting to hate this because I thought it was gonna look glittery and kind of tacky on the lips. It actually just has a gorgeous shimmery flush. I think the color is spot on. It is sheer, but it is buildable. It's like a little bit of a cherry red. It just makes your lips look absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't have any kind of scent, and this was a partnership with someone named Avery. I'm so frustrated because you would think that they would like link the co-creators' profiles or something, or at least share their last name, but Ellie and Avery don't have their last names on here. I know they're some kind of influencer, but I don't know who they are. So this is by Avery. This is freaking fantastic. This is a new favorite lip product. So this one is $32. And lastly, I've already included this in a previous video, but these are the new Live Tinted Hue glosses. And I wanted to include them because I haven't seen anyone talking about them, and I really think that they deserve more attention. These have hyaluronic acid, coconut oil, and shea butter, and they just feel like thick but slippery liquid lip balms. They are so similar to the Make Serum Bombs, although the Make Serum Bombs are a little bit more slippy. These have a tiny bit more grip to them. The shade Proud is just this kind of soft nude peach. It's basically like a clear on my lips, so this one I don't totally love because if I'm gonna go for something that is clear, I'm gonna go for something like my Fit Glow Lip Serum in Night. But the shade Brave is so pretty, and it gives me total Clinique Black Honey vibes. I think I don't have that one to compare right now, but this is called a Warm Spice, and I think it is, oh, so perfect moving into the fall and winter months. So had to include these just because I don't see people talking about them, and they're really good. So that's everything I got in PR, as well as the gift card I got from Neiman Marcus to choose my own products. You know, PR is a tricky thing because you're so grateful as a creator to receive products for free, and you want the brands to get good return on their investment. So if you try something, you want to give it a positive review because you want a good relationship with the brand. But I'm also very conflicted in my own personal needs of really committing to having as minimal of a collection as possible as I can as a YouTuber, and also really not wanting to create a lot of waste. So any products that I open and I try on camera, I'm then not able to donate them to any women's shelters. And it's a lot harder for me to find people to ship products to if it's been opened and used a few times versus something brand new that I can send to my friends. And I mentioned that because it's kind of a difficult balance to have as a creator, where you don't want to just be opening every single thing, trying every single thing, creating all of this waste, but you also don't want to be putting brands in a position where you're not reviewing their products that they're sending to you very kindly for free. So for me, I try to strike a good balance between only opening the products I receive in PR that I really think I'm gonna like, and sending the rest to fellow content creators so that then they can review the products and the brand can get some kind of return on their investment. Let me know if you like conversations like that about PR, or, you know, more transparency about being a creator. I'm always happy to talk about it. And thank you again to Neiman Marcus for sponsoring this video. Again, you can use the code SAVENOW from October 17th to the 21st if you want to participate in their tiered money off event. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.